Urgent Dallas Cowboys fans, do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel because here we bring you daily videos with the latest Dallas Cowboys updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey Cowboys Nation, today we have something that's been shaking the very foundations of our beloved team. Something that has fans, analysts, and insiders talking nonstop. And it's not just about the upcoming game against the Los Angeles Chargers. No, what's happening behind the scenes is even more intense, more unpredictable, and honestly quite shocking. We're talking about the recent comments from none other than Jerry Jones himself, the owner and the undeniable face of the Dallas Cowboys. If you thought the Cowboys' season was just about wins, losses, or certain plays on the field, hold on tight because what's unfolding now could change everything. Now, I know many of you are eager to dive right into what Jerry Jones said, what it could mean for Mike McCarthy, and how this all might affect the Cowboys' chances moving forward. But before we get into the nitty-gritty, let's set the stage. The Cowboys are in a peculiar spot this season. After a promising start, expectations skyrocketed, but the team's recent performances have left many fans scratching their heads. The offense has struggled at times, the defense has shown flashes, but also moments of vulnerability, and most importantly, the results on the scoreboard haven't quite met what the franchise and its loyal supporters anticipated. And then, out of nowhere, Jerry Jones, the man who built this team with his own vision and relentless drive, decided to make a public statement that's shaking the very core of the organization. This wasn't just a casual remark or a typical critique during a press conference. No, this was a pointed, deliberate expression of dissatisfaction with the head coach, Mike McCarthy. From what we gathered during that intense interview at AT&T Stadium, Jones didn't hold back. He openly criticized the coaching staff's performance, questioned whether the team was on the right track, and hinted at potential changes if the results didn't improve soon. What's truly remarkable about this situation is the context. In the NFL, it's not common for owners to publicly criticize coaches, especially someone as influential as Jerry Jones. Usually, these issues are kept behind closed doors, discussed in private meetings, or handled through subtle internal shifts. But this time, Jones's words were loud, clear, and meant to send a message. It's almost as if he's saying, we're running out of patience, and the clock is ticking, all in one breath. For fans and analysts who have been watching the Cowboys closely, this is a sign that the pressure on Mike McCarthy and his staff is mounting to an unprecedented level. Let's dissect what exactly Jerry said and what it could mean. During that press conference, Jones emphasized that the team isn't executing at the level expected of a franchise of the Cowboys' caliber. He pointed out that results are not aligning with the talent on paper, and that, in his view, some adjustments might be necessary to get the team back on track. The phrase, changes may be needed, isn't just a casual remark. It's a potential red flag that we might see a coaching shakeup if the upcoming performances don't improve. And here's where the plot thickens. How does this impact the players, especially someone like Dak Prescott, or the offensive line which has faced injuries and inconsistencies? These are questions on everyone's mind. Now, the reaction from the locker room has been, understandably, a mix of tension and determination. Some sources inside the team suggest that players are feeling the weight of the owner's words. The atmosphere in the locker room, which was already under pressure due to recent results, has become even more tense. Imagine the pressure that players like Dak Prescott and Tony Pollard are under as they prepare for the Chargers, knowing that their owner's dissatisfaction is now out in the open. That kind of scrutiny can either rally a team or cause fractures, depending on how it's handled moving forward. Given the history of the Cowboys, a franchise known for resilience and fighting spirit, it's likely that the team will respond with increased focus. But the question remains, will it be enough? And what about the coaching staff? It's no secret that Mike McCarthy's seat has been a topic of debate since he took over as head coach. His tenure has seen its share of ups and downs, with some seasons promising playoff runs and others falling short. But now, with Jones's explicit critique, the stakes are higher than ever. If the Cowboys falter in the next few games, especially against a formidable Chargers team, could we see a coaching change? It's not just speculation anymore. The signs are pointing towards a potential overhaul if results don't turn around quickly. Let's take a step back and analyze the recent history of the Cowboys. Over the last few seasons, the team has been a mix of promise and disappointment. The 2021 season was a roller coaster, a promising start, a heartbreaking playoff loss, and some inconsistent performances throughout. The subsequent year saw some retooling, with new players and strategic adjustments, but the team still fell short of Super Bowl expectations. Now, in 2023, the team's talent remains high, with players like Dak Prescott leading the offense, Tony Pollard contributing explosively, and key defensive players like Micah Parsons providing game-changing plays. Yet, despite all this talent, the results haven't reflected the potential, and that's precisely what Jerry Jones highlighted. Looking at the stats, Prescott has thrown for over 500 yards with 14 touchdowns and 7 interceptions so far this season, numbers that are decent but not exceptional, especially given his role as a franchise quarterback. Tony Pollard has been a bright spot, rushing for over 600 yards and averaging around 4.5 yards per carry. On defense, Micah Parsons continues to impress, with 9 sacks and multiple game-altering plays, but overall, the defense has lacked consistency, allowing crucial third-down conversions and occasional breakdowns in coverage. These statistics tell a story of a team that has the talent, but struggles with execution and perhaps mental focus. When we compare the Cowboys to other top contenders in the league, it becomes clear that their record and performance are somewhat middling. Teams like the Kansas City Chiefs, Buffalo Bills, or even the Baltimore Ravens have shown more cohesion and consistency. The Cowboys, despite their star power, seem to be caught in a cycle of missed opportunities and moments of brilliance overshadowed by costly mistakes. This inconsistency is precisely what Jones seems to be addressing publicly now, perhaps as a way to push the team to elevate their game or as a signal that he's not willing to wait much longer. From an organizational perspective, this public criticism could serve multiple purposes. It might be a strategic move to motivate players and coaching staff, or it could be a prelude to more drastic changes if things don't improve rapidly. Historically, Jerry Jones has never hesitated to shake things up when he feels the team isn't meeting expectations. Remember the 2010 season when he cut ties with Wade Phillips mid-season and brought in Jason Garrett, or the coaching carousel in the early 2000s. This current situation might be a prelude to similar decisive action. So, what does this mean for the immediate future? Well, the upcoming game against the Chargers is absolutely pivotal, not only because it's a chance to get a much-needed win, but because it's also a litmus test for the team's resilience and the coaching staff's ability to rally the troops. Will Dak Prescott and Tony Pollard step up and deliver a performance that silences critics? Or will the pressure be too much, leading to more mistakes and perhaps a change at the top? It's fascinating to consider how the players will respond under this intense scrutiny. Historically, teams that face such criticism either crumble or rally, and the Cowboys are no different. Now, let's talk about the broader implications. If the Cowboys lose this game or stumble in the coming weeks, the narrative will shift even more dramatically. Rumors of a coaching change will intensify, fans will become more vocal, and the media will dissect every move made by Jerry Jones. This kind of pressure cooker environment can either propel a team to greatness or push it further into chaos. It's a defining moment, a crossroads that could determine whether the Cowboys are true championship contenders or just another talented team with unfulfilled potential. And speaking of potential, don't forget the rivalries that heat up this time of year. The Cowboys are gearing up for divisional matchups, key games against teams like the Eagles and Giants, and of course, the showdown against the Chargers. Each of these games carries weight, not just for standings but for the morale and confidence of the team. The Chargers, with their own set of stars and a talented roster, will look to exploit any weaknesses in Dallas. The Cowboys' offensive line, which has shown flashes of brilliance but also moments of vulnerability, will be under the microscope. Can Prescott find his rhythm? Can Pollard continue his explosive runs? And can the defense, led by Micah Parsons, contain the Chargers' offense? This leads us into the tactical side of things. The coaching staff, under such intense scrutiny, might be forced to rethink their game plan. Will they become more aggressive on offense? Will they emphasize ball control and limit turnovers? On defense, will they adopt a more conservative approach to contain the Chargers' passing attack? It's possible that we'll see adjustments that haven't been used before, all in an effort to turn the tide. The pressure from above, from Jerry Jones, might be the catalyst forcing these strategic shifts. Looking ahead, the Cowboys' season hangs in the balance. The next few games are not just about wins and losses, but about proving that they can respond under pressure. The fans are watching, the media is dissecting every play, and the players themselves are feeling the weight of expectations. If they manage to rally and string together some victories, this controversy could become a catalyst for growth. Conversely, continued struggles could lead to internal upheaval, coaching changes, and a reevaluation of strategies. So what's the realistic outlook? Honestly, it's a mixed bag. The talent on this team is undeniable. Prescott, Pollard, Parsons, and others are among the league's best at their positions. But talent alone doesn't win championships. It's execution, mental toughness, and coaching that make the difference. The recent comments from Jerry Jones are a stark reminder that the Cowboys front office is fully aware of this and is willing to make tough decisions if necessary. That's part of what makes this story so compelling. It's a real-life drama unfolding in real time, with high stakes and even higher emotions. In the end, we all want to see the Cowboys succeed, to see them rise above the noise and deliver a season worthy of their storied history. But the road ahead won't be easy. It's lined with challenges, expectations, and the ever-present threat of internal upheaval. The next few games, especially the clash with the Chargers, will be critical in shaping the future of this franchise. Can Dak Prescott and Tony Pollard lead the charge? Will Micah Parsons continue to be the game changer? And most importantly, will Jerry Jones's bold words serve as a wake-up call or a sign of more turmoil to come? Now, let's take a moment to reflect. The Cowboys are a team built on a rich legacy of excellence, resilience, and passionate fandom. They've faced adversity before, and they've always found a way to bounce back, but this season feels different. The stakes are higher, the scrutiny sharper, and the consequences potentially more significant. As fans, we're all on the edge of our seats, waiting to see how this story unfolds. Will the Cowboys rise to the occasion, or will this be the chapter where doubts deepen and the season takes a turn we didn't anticipate? Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Dallas Cowboys news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and IT makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let's continue with the big reveal. So in conclusion, what's next for the Dallas Cowboys? Well, the immediate focus is on the upcoming game against the Chargers, a matchup that will serve as a litmus test for the team's resilience and the coaching staff's ability to manage the mounting pressure. If they perform well, it could silence some critics, including Jerry Jones himself, and set the tone for a strong finish to the season. But if they falter, the whispers of change will grow louder, and the internal debate about the team's direction will intensify. What's clear is that this isn't just a typical mid-season slump or a minor controversy. No, this is a defining moment for the franchise. It's a test of leadership, talent, and mental toughness. The players, led by Prescott and Pollard, will need to step up and show that they have the grit to overcome adversity. The coaching staff must adapt and rise to the challenge, possibly making tough strategic decisions that could alter the course of the season. And Jerry Jones? Well, he's watching closely, ready to act if necessary, holding the future of the team in his hands. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think the criticism from Jerry Jones will motivate the team to greater heights? Or do you fear it could cause fractures and further instability? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cowboys. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates. So stay tuned for all the latest Dallas Cowboys news and analysis. Thanks for joining me today in this deep dive into one of the biggest stories of the season. Remember, the Cowboys' journey is far from over, and every game, every decision, and every comment from the front office could be a turning point. Keep the faith, stay loud, and let's see what the future holds for America's team. Until next time.